Hi, welcome to the Andrew Buckle video tutorial on Photoshop, custom shapes and the additional options for those shapes. Now there's a variety of other options over here and I'm just going to remove that shape here. First thing, custom shape tool. Go to custom shape tool, then I'm going to select shape. I'm going to use shape all the way through this. If you use pixels, it's a different set of options. You've still got these ones here which are just the same, but I'm just going to use it with shapes. But it's a different set there, shape. Just as easy. That's a vector design, so you can make it any size if you want or not. And just go down here along to this right in the middle. You've got that there, and you can drop down. Well, you've got path options. Also should be called maybe shape options. However, it just says path options. And you can set that to 3 or other if you want. I don't know if you can set it to 10. I haven't tried it. No, just let's between 0.5 and 3. Okay. I suppose it's reasonable. And you can also set the colours. If you want it a different colour, if say you've got an image with lots and lots of blue on it, you can always set it to red. And you can see when you apply it, you've got that red. Now this isn't the stroke. You've got the stroke is black. There is slight stroke there, but while it's selected, you've got this red colour. Personally, I never change it, but obviously I've got a blue shape, so at least with a blue, you can see it a bit better. So there's the shapes there. I'm selecting one of my shapes. So I'm just going to use that. Unconstrained means you can have it any size you want. So you can make it massive or very, very tiny. You can also, I keep clicking that. Don't mean to click that. Completely ignore that. Define proportions. Now what that means is when you create it, it's got a certain size. So if it's like 20 by 50, when you create the shape now, it will be 20 by 50. So I'm just going to use define proportions. Obviously, when I created this shape, it was that size. So it's not squeezed or crunched in a particular way. Go here to define size. And that's when I created the shape. So when I created these, I created in a document with a particular size, 5,000 by 5,000. And then when I create it now, you can see the design there. It's come out exactly the same size, which is useful if you want a set of whole designs that are always the same size, 3,000 by 3,000. And that's it. They're always done that way. Also, what you can do, you've got fixed size. So you can override that. You can put it to, say, 1,000 and 1,000. You don't have to. You can make it 1,000 by 20. So then when you create it, it will... Now, it's slightly created differently. You can just position it. So you go over here and you say you want it there. Click there and it will overwrote it then. You can see you just release. So it's like a more sort of, you can just quickly add designs without sort of dragging it out and drawing. You can quickly add them that way. I think it's quite a nice way of doing it. If that's what you want this exact size. Then, well, you can also, as I said, let's just try shape. 1,000 by 20. So as soon as you do that, you can get thin design, which maybe you don't want, but let's just sort of quick show you. Then also, I'm just going to go back to unconstrained, and you can do from center. That's another option as well. Draw shape from center, which is useful. Say you like a grid or some guides. So view, new guide layout, and I'm just going to quickly create this one. And you've got some guides there. And when you've got from center, you can hover over obviously that line or any of the lines. Maybe you just go, let's go to the first one. So you can hover over that and you can create it there. So it's created there. Again, hover over there. It's just created on that line exactly. Hover over that one on that line. So you can space them out just by doing that. Obviously the size varies because it's unconstrained. You can make it like that if you want. But it's always on that line. So they're all nicely aligned before you get going on that line. So that's quite useful from center. Personally, I generally don't use it. I just generally, when I go over here, I normally have that off and I just use unconstrained. But you've got a number of other options that you can use with your custom shapes. Well, I hope you found this tutorial of interest. Always adding new tutorials about Photoshop, Illustrator, Affinity Designer, Affinity Photo, and many, many others. Also, if you've got any comments, always appreciated. Always nice to hear what things did I do wrong, what things did I do right. Please let me know. Maybe you've got some ideas that I haven't put in about this. It was great. Please add it in the comments. Also, a dislike or like, always appreciated. Thank you much.